on, everybody? How are you guys doing? Welcome to FxProNow.com. What we are looking at right now is EURUSD. When it comes to EURUSD, we see literally this has been following exactly what we said the last time that we were on, and I haven't been on for about a week. I was on a trip, just got back not too long ago. So last time that we were on, we called, hey, listen, this is going to be our entry range somewhere in this box. And we saw a whole bunch of wicks on this daily time frame. But we entered in early. We entered like somewhere over here. But as you can see, there was a lot of what we call buyer's exhaustion. And the way that you can be able to tell, it's exactly what it sounds like. Buyer's exhaustion. The buyers got tired in this area from pushing forward to the upside. They got tired in this region over here and felt like they should, stop buying. And then the sellers came in. And that's why it dropped. Okay, so first I want to share, okay, why did I feel as though this would be a region where I should buy, or sell? Why should we sell in this region? Well, what I'm about to show you is literally exactly how we trade, step by step, right? And how I think I caught 100 pips from this. I got out because it was just like consolidated. So let me show you exactly how this worked. So the way that this works, here, I'm gonna go to H4. The way this works is we start at the highest high in this case, right? Or the lowest high, whatever. Anyways, we see point A, right? And we pulled our point B all the way down to this area right here. I know it probably is like, why did I do that? Blah, 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 but it will take a lot of explaining. And all this explanation is already in video form that you can be able to get access to, right? But either way, the way that it works is we went from point A, we pulled out what we call the Fibonacci retracement tool from point A here, right? Here we got two of them. Let me take off this. So from point A here, see point A, right? From point A all the way to point B, which is actually here, right? You want to put it on the wicks, okay? From point A to point B, right? And I know there's a whole bunch of stuff over here. Don't worry about this. This is what we call noise, and there's a whole bunch of different things that go along with this, and why I didn't put it here and stuff like that. There's a whole bunch that goes, around that, and you'll learn that as time progresses when you stick with me. But either way, point A, point B, and then from there we see that price, before price even got up here, we started calling the fact that price would get up into this region a while before. I think we were like somewhere around here, something like that. All right, and you can be able to look back at the videos to be able to see how I did and stuff like that. But either way, price started to pull up, which is exactly what we called, and we said, hey, listen, prices, we're going to start to sell once price gets into this region right here, anywhere from 38.2 to 61.8, right? And the reason why we do that is because 38.2 to 61.8 is what we call, sorry, like this here. 38.2 to 61.8 are what we call reversal zone. So price tends to reverse or continue in that area, mostly at 38.2 or at 60%. But as you can see, it happened at 50%, right? Which is completely fine. So what we'll do, being the fact that we're the H4 time frame, what we'll do is we'll actually drop down to the M30 time frame. And what we'll do is we'll look for what we call engulfing candles, or in this case, engulfing bearish candles. So we're looking for candles that engulf, or we see a full bearish candle, full, in my case, white candle, full bearish candle, or a candle that's pushing downwards, to engulf a bullish candle, right? Or a candle that's pushing upwards, in my case, a blue candle, okay? So that's what we'll do. So what we do is we pair the H4 to the M30. We pair those two right there, right? And from there, what we'll do is we'll set a take profit based upon from point A to point B to point C, where we'll actually enter our take profit. Where will we get out? See, that's the thing. A lot of people don't know exactly where to get out. And I understand, you know, like, I wouldn't if I didn't, you know, learn this stuff. But we're going to go to negative 27%, and this is why like I have this gold and stuff like that. And you know, when you get started with us, you'll get all of this info and in detail, step by step, how to be able to draw this and blah blah blah, and why each of the fibs colors are, you know, the colors that they are, and blah blah blah. Either way, what we see is it actually did it. Price actually started to pull down, and this is where my take profit is. I went on vacation, and when I did that, I just got out the trade because I was fine with the profit that came in. Either way, from when I got out, we caught about 140 pips, something around. It was somewhere in here, I don't remember, but we caught about 140 pips. But the actual full trade is about a 300 pip move, and if anything, like it's still following the rules. So if anything, I wouldn't mind just hopping back in this. And you know, it didn't break any rules at all. Price may pull up a little higher. Price may pull up to probably in this region right here. Price may pull up into this region right here. And once price pulls into the 1.125 area, you could just say that. Once price pulls up into this area right here, 1.1125, once price pulls up into that region, you know, I feel a little bit more comfortable, you know, entering into this where you won't have any type of pullbacks and stuff like that. Now, the way that I work is I use a 2% risk management. I don't, you know, go crazy or anything like that. I build my account slow as hell. But I think with my style, I'm just safer than most. And because of that, I don't get emotional in my trades. And because of that, I don't lose. You know, I just win. And I think that's what you would want as well. So with that being the case, you know, just make sure that you use, you know, proper risk management. If you don't know about risk management, you don't know what that is, you don't really know exactly what to follow and stuff like that, you know, we go over that as well. So yeah, price got into the 50% region. And I wouldn't be surprised, you know, we'll continue its way to the downside. We have engulfing. Price may pull back, may not. But I do still see price pulling down, and you'll see as time progresses, pulling down into the 1.10 flat region. All right, so I think I'll jump back into this one. Yep, so that's my little spiel on E right now. Nothing crazy. Oh, I gotta sign back into my account. I changed my password. So here, let me write this down. So with that being the case, guys, if you liked anything that we just shared just now, we actually have a little more in-depth version of what I just did just now on FxProNow.com. We actually have a free 1-hour Forex training that you can be able to get access to. You know, there's only so much I can be able to do within 1 hour. I share a little bit about myself, and I do that on purpose. I don't want you to just think that I'm some guy just collecting. I want you to know that, listen, this is who I am. This is why I did this. This is, you know, where we're looking to go and stuff like that. And you know, we're really looking to make a relationship, not just, you know, just sell stuff. So with that being the case, we also share 5 what I call secrets to becoming a Forex professional now, or just 5 tips that you can be able to take home to be able to apply. And if they don't really make sense, then it's probably important that you know, really get started with us so you can be able to have it make sense. So when we do these sessions, Mondays and Wednesdays, you really know what we're talking about. And then, yeah, so FxProNow.com, free 1-hour Forex training. Go ahead and check it out. Let me know what you think. All right. We'll actually have somebody from our team hit you up and see what you think. All right. Really appreciate your time. Peace. All right. So we're going to get on to the next one. Dang, I need to write down the thing. All right. Let me pause this. So anytime that you guys have any questions, you can write it in the chat thing. Look at it. So we're gonna go into the next one right now. Okay, AU is sitting. All right. Man, price did not pull back yet. That's crazy. Man, this is bearish as heck. All right, what's going on, everybody? How are you guys doing? Welcome to FxProNow.com. We're looking at AU, and AU is literally just sitting. So what I do is I usually look back into the past, and I like to compare, okay, with what price is doing right now, which is sometimes irregular. Anytime the price is doing something weird, I look, if it's doing something weird right now, that means that it's pretty unique. And with that being unique, if I can find something that's similar to that somewhere else in the past, then I can see how price may react, if price may react the same way that it's reacting right now. For example, you see how price literally shot down hard. And mind you, we caught every cent of this move, every penny, all the way from the top. I think we missed 20 pips from the top, probably less. This entire move was 300 pips. The entire, we caught every dime from this. And this was all recorded. You can look back. You can look back. We did every single penny of this. And I showed step by step, this is how we do, blah, 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 blah. Anyway. So as you can see, price is really consolidating hard. And what's so crazy is the fact that the Australian government, they just added in a new something, right? You can call it like the president. And this happened somewhere in this region over here, beginning of July or something like that. Price started pulling up, boom. I'm guessing the market didn't care, did not care about whoever they added it. So with that being the case, not only did it push and literally just fall, which is crazy, but it's literally staying there. That's how bearish these people are right now. So with that being the case, okay, how can we find something that's near to this? And where I'm looking is in this region right here. We saw the fact that, and I wouldn't be surprised if it stays just like this. We see the fact that this stayed like this for 52 days. That is wild. I don't know if it's going to stay 52 days, but we probably won't see price start to move until September something. Probably mid-September. So with that being the case, there's nothing much I can say right now, because the thing is, we expected for price to push back up. That's what I expected. Now, did I enter into that trade? No. Why not? Because I'm not, most times, I don't want to say I'm not, but most times I do not counter trade, meaning I do not go against the trend. The reason why is because think about a truck moving in one direction, like a heavy truck that's driving, moving in one direction. If it's moving, let's say, what would that be to you? I don't know. Let's say it's moving east, right? If it's moving east and it hits something, right? Let's say it's moving east or moving south. It's moving south. Let's say it's moving south and then it hits something. It doesn't mean that it's going to go, you know, it's going to start pulling back, you know. It could continue pushing downwards. So the way that I look at the markets is I look at it as weight or as momentum. I look at it as a movement of energy. I don't want to get too technical, but I look at it as movement of something, right? And then when it stops, I look at the momentum that's still carrying it or pushing it in that same direction? What are the odds? There's no reason why it should pull back. There's no reason. It could continue going in the direction. So that's why I don't want to counter trend. I don't want to go against the trend, because there's more odds that I'll make money going with the trend than against the trend. And even if it does start pulling back, as far as making a pullback, even if it does do this, it doesn't mean that, you know, it won't continue at any time. And that's what heightens your emotions, because you don't know when it's going to continue. And we don't want emotions involved at all. You want to be as calm as possible. That's why you want to use low risk management and stuff like that. So anyway, so as you can see, there's nothing going on right now. Price should pull back, but it may not. Let's go to the lower time frame, see what's going on. I don't want to see that many candles, so I'll go to the H2. Boom. It's literally consolidating in a small range. Man, that is wild. This is a 70 pip range. And it's been here since August 5th. This is about to be 30 days, and it's been consolidating in a 70 pip range. That is crazy. So, is there something I can be able to say about this one right now? No. I wouldn't be surprised if it just continues. But I wouldn't be surprised that it pulls back. It should pull back, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch this. All right. So if you got anything from my little spiel just now, great. If anything, you know, check out our other sessions we have on EU. We have something probably on UJ. We'll have something, but we'll see. That's it. FxProNow.com. Boom. All right, UJ. Won't be surprised this pulls back up right now, consolidating hard. Boom. I wouldn't even want to try it, but whatever. All right, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to FxProNow.com. We're looking at UJ. When it comes to UJ, I don't know. It just seems really interesting that I have this trend line, and honestly, this trend line could be terrible. For real, it could be a bad trend line. But let's find it pretty interesting that at one point in time we had this real strong, you know, trend line. This is obviously a trend line here, right? And then price, and then we had this right here. That it's probably nothing. Either way, we have this trend line right here. Price came and sat upon our monthly key level. We have a trend line right here, and price pulled up. It could probably be nothing that I'm looking at, because honestly, I don't really care for trend lines too much. I'm pretty sure there's people that are out there that rely on trend lines, and that's great. It's just the way that I think about trend lines is they're kind of subjective. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is the fact that your trend line can be drawn different from my trend line. It can be drawn from the guy in China's trend line, from the, well, they can't really trade over it, but the guy in Japan's trend line, the guy in Mexico's trend line, wherever it is. They can be different all over the world. But what can't be different all over the world, well, not isn't different. Support and resistance lines. My support and resistance is the same as yours, same as everybody in the world. Everybody has the same support and resistance line. And what do I mean by that? Everybody can see where price stopped and pulled back up. Everybody has the same thing. Right? So that's why I rely more on support and resistance, weekly key levels, monthly key levels, daily key levels, stuff like that. I rely more on those than anything else. Trend lines come a far second. or probably even further than that. Either way, we have price pull down to this region right here, this week key level, and then pull back up and comes back to this area that is really, really interesting, this 114 area. In one of our in-person courses, we went in depth on this key level right here. Either way, we're back at this key level. And what's interesting is we do have this trend line right here that I drew. That just seems really interesting. So we have this point A, point B, and then price gets to this region right here, kind of in confluence with this week key level. And we may have price pull back up, maybe. I don't know. We look on a higher time frame. Called May 20th. What does that mean? I just be putting stuff on here. So there's not much I can be able to say about this. We called this push to the downside. It was a very strong move. I didn't freaking catch it because I got stopped out, which sucks. And I didn't look at the charts after that. 300 pips, crazy. But we called the fact that it would push down to here, and it did. Now, will we find a level of support to pull this back up? I think so, man. As you can see, check this out here. Check this out here. If anything here, let me see something. 150 pips. I don't know how large your account is, but there's some trades that I'll do where I'll go on a really low lot size, something that won't even touch my account, and put my stop and just not even look at it. And if it does what I was supposed to, it's more not based upon the money. It's not like a hooray based upon the money that I receive. It's a hooray based upon my analysis. And then I caught it. And I caught the move. So if anything, I think price is going to push back up. It's just US dollar, Japanese yen. Let me see something. Yeah, 78.6 is here. And this is why I mentioned to people, you want to make sure that you find pairs and stick with them. You don't want to go from thing to thing. You want to create a relationship with certain pairs. What do I know about UJ? What I know about UJ is the fact that price pulls up, when it does pull back, it goes to like 78.6. This trend line right here kind of, takes that out. But this trend line is probably nothing. Probably absolutely nothing. But the only one that would make sense, let's see how this moves here. 61.8, maybe. 61.8, probably going to that 109.8. So if anything, I'll say price may come up to this area right here, 109.8. It's probably going to take a long freaking time to get there, though, because it's going to consolidate here for sure. As you can see, price did it here. I wouldn't be surprised price will do it here as well. It's a weekly key level, very strong. Yeah, so I'm just going to throw it in. What's the worst that can happen? It's only 150 pips. I'm going to do it on a very, very low lot size. So, I need to write this down. EU and UJ to 109.8. Yeah, look at you. So, with that being the case, this is not really my style, at all. But I'm kind of sure. I'm not sure if this is going to find this as level of support and pull back up. It did it here. Maybe it'll do it again. Maybe. We'll see. It's going to take some time, though, so I'm not really going to rush this one right here. So with that being the case, guys, really appreciate your time. We'll be back on Wednesday, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Peace. Oh my God. That sucks. All right, next. GJ. Man, this went crazy, bro. I want to see. Does anybody know? Like, has it? But I made this call so long ago. Man, this thing just kept going. Yo, this is wild, bro. Yeah, so this thing is just slabbing. You know what's wild, bro? This man do this. Wow. That is crazy. Oh my gosh. How do you lose that much of your freaking currency? 9,000 pips. Oh my gosh. Like, that is crazy. You know what's wild, man? We may have this going on right now. I gotta open up a different account and just enter in this, because I don't like to see the trade. I just want to keep it going. Can I do gold? Sure, I'll do gold. And what's so wild is I know for sure people are making crazy money on gold, and I'm not even looking at it. Michael, let me know, because I know you're making crazy money on this. What have you done with this one? I'm not gonna record this. Let's look at gold. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Look at this. This is like Bitcoin. This is moving like Bitcoin, man. Holy crap. All I can say is buy. You know, it's not, it ain't gonna pull back down. And why? Why is it not gonna pull back down? Because you see this thing right here? This one right here is about to go crazy down. Like, it's about to, this is about to go so bearish, and I'm ready. I am ready. Triple my account on gold. My guy, Michael. Let's get it. Michael's been with us since the beginning. All right. So, yeah, man, this here, when it comes to gold, this is not something I could be able to say, hey, listen, this is what you do now, this is what you do now, because this is literally something that if you didn't catch it from here or from here, from my style, you would have to go in and out, and I can't guide you on something in and out right now at all. But what's crazy is since October of 2018, yes, October of 2018, we called it. No, it was actually before then. It was August of 2018. I said, everybody buy. And I called the fact that US 30, which is the Dow Jones and all this other stuff, would start to plummet back then. Literally the day after, the market went down the most of 2018 or something like that. The day after. And that was the same time that I called this right here. I caught this move right here. Price started pulling down, and then I forgot about it. And then, whoop. Oh, man. And then over here, I called, hey, listen, it's probably going to start pushing back a little further, and then we buy. I stopped paying attention to it. Boop. That sucks for me. But with this being the case, I wouldn't be surprised that price is going to continue pushing forward. Me, I'm okay missing it, to tell you the truth. But because I'm focusing on something different. But for me, I have like buy limits in certain areas because I'm waiting for this to pull back down and then I buy because I don't want to get in right now. That's just me. Because I'm just looking at something different. But I know for sure this is going to keep on moving forward. And where do I have it going? I have it going to here, 2,234. And no, 2,240. That's where I see gold going. And I called this August 12th. We will see. I hope you have gold, like physical gold as well. I started calling back a long time ago. Hopefully you have physical gold. But yeah. Look at this. This is gonna be the same thing, you know that, right? This is why I called it. Because of this. Boom. Boom. Check this out. Boom. It's not like it hasn't done it before. It's done it before. That's what's crazy. It's done it before. And it could do this. Let's see how long. May 2021. Let's see. Let's freaking see. Here, I'm going to put the date on there too. This was 2019. May 2021. Boom. Let's see. That'd be from some freaking stuff if I'm right on this. All right, guys. So that's my session for today. Hopefully you caught some type of value. And if you did, if anything, go ahead and leave a comment. Not in this box, because in this box goes away. Leave a comment. Oh, my phone just died. Leave a comment on the actual page. And anytime that you see my ad on Instagram or Facebook, if anything, write a comment on there. Share something that you learned from us and stuff like that. And we'll go from there. So, and if you haven't seen our ad, I mean our webinar, go ahead and check it out. Let me know what you think. We'll have someone from our team go ahead and hit you up and see how things were for you. What was your favorite parts and stuff like that, and we're going from there. So if you guys have any questions, you can always be able to contact me directly on FxProNow.com. All the way at the bottom, we have some stuff on there. All right, guys. So hopefully we had some fun. We'll be back here on Wednesday. Just know I'm going on another trip next week, so we won't have this next week, but we will have it Wednesday. All right, so don't miss that. All right, really appreciate your time, guys. Peace.